For the last 2 weeks, I spent my time with these two smartwatches. On the left, we have the Sony Smartwatch 2, and then on the right, we have the Samsung Galaxy Gear. Now the question is, which one is better and the right one for you? I'm Jen Garcia from Tech for Geeks, and this is our head-to-head showdown between the Smartwatch 2 and the Galaxy Gear. Well, first of all, I would like to thank Mobicity for providing us the Galaxy Gear and the Smartwatch 2. Now you can pick up yourself these two smartwatches on their website at www.mobicity.com.au. Now the way we're going to compare this is by how these smartwatches have been constructed, their ease of use, features, and compatibilities. And then after that, I'll give you my final thoughts about the two. Now, I guess like any other comparisons, we always start off with the design and build quality. Now, Samsung seems to be going with a futuristic look on the Galaxy Gear. Now, they even came up with an ad showing smartwatches from different movies and TV series. And basically, they are trying to recreate it. It has a 1.62-inch Super AMOLED display, so that's 320 by 320 resolution. And then you have the stainless steel plate around the display, and I thought that was quite rare for Samsung. And if you're a Galaxy phone user, then you know what I'm talking about. And then on the body itself, it has a plastic finish. There is also a 1.9 megapixel camera that sits awkwardly on the wrist strap. And then looking at the strap lock, you'll find the tiny speaker grill, as this can do voice calls. The Gear is not IP57 certified, but instead splash proof, unlike the Smartwatch 2, which is water resistant. So it does disappoint me a little bit, considering that consumers will be paying $300 to $370 for this depending on where you live. The Smartwatch 2, on the other hand, maintained that identical design language with a few minor changes to the original smartwatch. It has a 1.6 transflective LCD display with 220 by 176 resolution. It is a lot more squared compared to the original, and the power button has been changed as well by the similar power button you'll find on the Z1. It uses both metal and plastic materials, keeping it light but still sturdy. Now, in terms of comfortability, I find the Smartwatch 2 to be a lot more comfortable when wearing because of its soft rubberized wrist strap compared to the tough rubber on the Galaxy Gear. However, if we were talking about sturdiness, the Galaxy Gear has the edge. The way the straps are connected to the watch on the Smartwatch 2 just seem to be too fragile, but that's just my opinion. Both displays perform very well outdoors, both were visible. However, you lose the colors on the Smartwatch 2 and it gets a little washed out on the sides because of the transflective LCD display as the light reflects to it. Now, both Gear and Smartwatch 2 are easy to use. Each is running their own custom UIs and are very straightforward to use. Let's first take a look at the Smartwatch 2. Now, when you unlock the watch, it'll take you to the application drawer straight away, and as a default, you'll have a minimal amount of applications. There are system applications that you'll need to install using the Smartwatch 2 application on the phone, and then there are third-party applications, but most of them are actually pointless. There are not a lot of custom clocks as well to download to really take advantage of the watch compared to the Gear, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Despite the lack of applications that are available, it also doesn't feature calls and text. You can, however, remotely control your phone using the watch, and then from there you can do your calls and text. But apart from that, that's about it. You can do a quick message on the watch, but apart from that, you can't really actually type an actual message. Run Static Pro is also free to download with Smartwatch 2 to take advantage of the built-in pedometer. Now, I did enjoy using that. The functionality of the application is great, and I thought that's a really neat add-on to your smartwatch. Well, you can get it on the Galaxy Gear, but for this it's free. And you get different types of modes as well, depending on the type of workout you wanted to do. Now, to navigate through the applications, you'll just have to swipe to the left or to the right, and to look at your notifications, you'll need to slide from the top. Now, as I've mentioned, you only get a limited amount of custom clocks as well. There's only one available application that will let you have more custom clocks on the Play Store, but I just really wish there was more options. So I've talked a lot about the smartwatch 2, but what about the Galaxy Gear? Now the Galaxy Gear is running TouchWiz, but don't worry, it's not the same layout as the Galaxy phones. The menu is simple to use as well. You swipe left or right to scroll through the options and swipe from the top to go back to the menu. Now you do get more designs with the clock, so that adds extra fun as well to the user experience. Now let's talk about the key features, and that is the ability to do calls and text. Swipe up on the main page and they'll bring up the dial keypad. There's a slight delay when you press the keys, but hey, it works. It's also a little awkward using it to the public, but it actually attracted a lot of people. I took it to a convention a week ago and a lot of people are actually looking at it. However, when you do calls in a loud surroundings, then you'll have to put the microphone close to your mouth to make it very effective. I did have trouble hearing the person as well, so I ended up pretty much using the phone to answer calls. But in a quiet surroundings, it's completely fine. It works very well. The speaker sounded really clear and very crisp. The messaging application can be a pain sometimes. You'll have to use the yes voice to send text messages, and by the way, that's the only way you can send messages. And the reason why it's a pain is because it uses S voice and it's really slow to detect my voice and to convert it as a text message. Alright, here's a quick sample.
Mum.
I didn't catch that.
Mum.
I didn't catch that.
Now I did mention earlier the 1.9 megapixel camera. Now expect the quality on this to be, well, not so good. Well, I'm not expecting it to be good anyway, but for those of you that want to take a quick snap, then that's where you use it. Just don't be creepy though when you use it, because you might experience some problems. But again, in my opinion, that's just one of its selling points. You can also transfer photos and videos that you took to the phone as well. Now, the problem I've noticed though is when the watch is low on battery, you'll have to restart it after you charge it before it will let you to transfer again. Now, battery wise, this smartwatch 2 has the edge. It lasted for 2.5 hours for me, and I was continuously receiving notifications with Run Static Pro running in the background, whereas the Galaxy Gear, the maximum hours I was able to get was 10 hours. The standby time on the Gear is great, but not as good as the Smartwatch 2. Now, calling on the Galaxy Gear kills its battery, so hopefully in the future updates we'll see some improvements. So which one is the right one for you? Well, if you're on a tight budget and don't own any Galaxy devices, then certainly the Galaxy Gear isn't the one for you. I know it's quite pricey, but if you actually think of its functionality, that extra money you put in is worth it. You get a camera, and at the same time you can do calls and texts. You also get more customization options on the Gear, so if you enjoyed customization, then you will like it. Now, if you just want a watch that has a digital display that works with most Android devices, then the Smartwatch 2 is the best choice. It's also waterproof, so you don't have to worry about getting it wet, and it costs less as well. I know there are other smartwatches in the market, but we are only talking about these two. So there you have it. That's our comparison between the Galaxy Gear and Smartwatch 2. Personally, if you're going to be asking me, I enjoyed using the Galaxy Gear more because of the functionality and I guess just the overall smartwatch experience in general. Now, if you find this video helpful, then please make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and perhaps share this video to your friends as well. As always, I'm Jens Garcia from Tech for Geeks, and I'll see you all in the next one.